Make a Path presents Let's Talk. Alright, so I'm having a pointless phone conversation last night. I get to bed late. I set my alarm. I even wake up early because my daughter has this play date, right? Oh, we're going to get to the review in a second. Just real quick. I need you to understand. So my daughter has a play date with my niece and nephew and everything. Everything's set. We wake up early, have breakfast. We drive out. It's like an hour away to the comic book shop. Get my issue 145. I even grabbed Outcast 11. We get to my brother's house, and I even prep 3 videos to go, 3 mini Q&As, and then I was going to upload at my brother's house the big 10-minute Q&A, and then I was going to upload 2 other videos that are different topics. By that time, I was going to shoot, edit, upload, and be all done, and everything was going to be fine. You guys are going to get like 8 videos today. You were going to at least get the review earlier. Here we are, 12 hours later, just recording the review now. Let's talk The Walking Dead, issue 145. Alright, so you know what, Deadheads? You know, sometimes this is difficult for me to do. Sometimes I'm like, okay, the review's running late. What I really need to do is do a quick 3-minute review, run through it, and just get the video up. But then I'm like, well, that's not really fair to the viewers, you know? And I know viewers, you want it early. You don't want to wait around for a day or 2 to get the review. So I'm thinking, I got to stop doing that. So what we're going to do is I'm not going to try to rush. If you guys get this late, I apologize, but I just didn't want to burn through a review and cheat you guys out of a review because I didn't want to disappoint you by putting it up late. So I'm sorry it's late, but I got good news coming though. Holy fuck. Can't wait for the next update because Make a Path presents upgrading this year, not next year. Good news coming, guys. The next update. Fuck yeah! Alright, but anyway, so basically we pick up 145 where we left off, with Rick and everybody standing around Ezekiel. Now, this was needed in the story, and I love this. I read through this 2 or 3 times after reading it, and it just felt different somehow compared to the other stories in The Walking Dead. The display of emotion, I should say. You got Michonne here, and I love how that's drawn. The artwork is just amazing, but what I'm saying is, you have Michonne here, and instead of getting the group right back to Alexandria and getting us into that story, Kirkman falls back a little bit and he says, no, let them deal with what's happening here. And I know some people might be like, oh, boring, but I absolutely loved it. I love this image here. You got Michonne going up to put Ezekiel down. Rick is like, listen, I got this. She freaks out, knocks his cripple ass down. You know, Andrea yells at her, and if you read this, you can visualize it happening as far as Michonne knocks him down, and she keeps moving, so she doesn't even maybe totally realize what happened. And when Andrea screams her name, she turns around and she's just like bursting with tears. I love that visual. I think that would work very well on the TV show or in a movie. It's just awesome. And then you have Rick coming up to her. You have that emotional embrace there. And Andrea takes the knife and she puts Ezekiel down. And they make a decision to put the others down. Now, here's the thing. Going through these images, it's Charlie Adler's artwork that just nails it. Coming up with Lydia, he did it perfect. Just the way he draws her face shows a part of her character. I think it's just awesome. So after the emotions run high with Rick and Michonne, Rick says a line that I love. He says, there's something wrong with all of us. Now, once they put everybody down, Michonne attacks, knocks her to the ground, and you could see at first she was shocked when she got tackled. And this is what I'm saying with Charlie Adler's artwork. Michonne is crying, screaming, spitting, and Lydia has the knife. First off, I'll get to Carl and his bullshit in a minute, but Lydia has the knife, and the face she makes right here, it's literally like she's like, come on, bitch. Like, listen, you know, it is what it is. I'm going to cut your throat. She was like super chill about it as if it was nothing major. Like she's been through, you know, rougher shit than this before. And she helps them put down the other people. You know what I'm saying? She shows some remorse as far as feeling bad for what Carl and his people have gone through. Michonne even helps her get back up. You know what I'm saying? She just had that impulse, that little urge coming on. But then we still have Carl still aiming this gun, you know, at her. And I get it, teenager, whatever. But all the shit between Carl and Michonne throughout this series, fuck him for that. You know, he should have got a bitch slap for that. Just having the gun on her. He should have, had the gun to the side and held out his hand and been like, listen, Michonne, just get off her, chill. She's a victim, you know what I mean? She's a victim too of these people. Try to help her understand. You know what I mean? Instead, he just trains the gun on the bitch. Like, listen, Michonne, like, what are you going to do? Shoot Michonne? So, yeah, Carl, it's a roller coaster with Carl. He does something I like, then I want to punch him in his balloon knot, So, it's a give or take with him. And speaking about up or down with Carl, he's the only one that asks what I was looking forward to, is being one of the most important questions. Carl is the one who asks, where are the bodies? If you guys don't remember from my prediction video for this issue, I was predicting that the bodies were going to make the bodies were going to be an important role. And even in this issue, when Maggie came bursting in and she's like, there's people missing, I thought they were going to go find the bodies. That's where I thought this comic was going to end at. Now, hearing Lydia say that they are probably skinning them, that's kind of a letdown, I will be honest. Because I expected back-to-back horrific scenes where you have the heads on pikes, but then they find the bodies. They find the crime scene. I wanted that. You get one punch to the face and, now you get a punch to the gut. I just wanted that so bad, and we could still get it. You know what I'm saying? But it's looking like we probably won't. Now, another reason why I wanted that is because it will help tell the story of how the Whispers got those people. How did they lure them out? Where did they lure them out to? How far away did they lure them out, Michonne makes a decision that I still don't get, but I'm not going to sit here and dwell on it. She says they should bury the heads right where they're at. I don't get that decision. I just don't get that. Like, once the body's dead, that's it. The person's not in there. Like, the body's just like a vessel, pretty much. It's pointless, it's useless, you know what I mean? If somebody died, yeah, bury it, But they just struck me as the kind of people that would want to take that back and have a funeral, because we've seen that time and time again, But then again, that might have been a very uncomfortable scenario. Imagine, who's going to walk that distance holding a bag full of heads? Yeah, you know what? I take that back. It was a smart idea to bury the heads right there. Now, one thing that's interesting that's building up here is we have Rick constantly talking about all of this could be destroyed. Rick tells Andrea, he says, people are going to want to retaliate. It's only natural. I don't think that's going to be possible. It could turn them against me. Now, that's very powerful shit, because he's right. This could be the end of everything they've been doing for the past few years. Also, it could turn those people against Rick, because Rick could be the one trying to pull the reins, saying, listen, you don't understand. That's an enemy that is very dangerous. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's absolutely dangerous. It's not the right move to just run out and attack them and die. Like, and that's what's going to happen. That's what might happen. Even with Michonne, there's a lot you could pull from the dialogue here. Michonne and Rick in this conversation, and that's why I love this. I'm not sure yet. I haven't looked at anybody's response about this issue so far. I don't know what people are saying about it, but I love the dialogue. I love the back and forth, especially with Michonne and Rick, when Michonne calls Rick on his bullshit, and she says, listen, if that was Carl or Andrea, you would be getting people ready for war. You'd be going out killing these people. And he admits it. He's like, yeah, but I need you to be stronger than I would be. The dialogue there really, really shows where the characters are at. It really shows their idea of the future they could have. And it shows how they want to handle things. Now, Rick does seem like the person who will fight if the option's available. And I mean the option to win. And that's how I would perfectly describe Rick. Rick is ready to fight if he can win. Same thing with Negan. They only attacked when Rick believed they could win. Before that, he didn't attack. He basically bowed down, let Negan run the show. And I have a feeling that's similar to what he wants to do with Alpha. Go back, tell his people, try to get them to understand that we need to approach this smart and not just go get massacred. Now, once the panels take us back to Alexandria, they show us Eugene working on this CB here. It's a CB radio, right? It's what he bought at the fair in the last issue. Now, also, not only do they show that, Kirkman made a comment in the back of the issue in the letter hacks when somebody asked Washington communities crossing paths with Baltimore communities, potentially organized in a similar way as far as the communities in and around Alexandria, those four. All Kirkman says is, all I'll say is that Eugene is fixing a radio. I'm telling you what, listen, dude, keep an eye on that radio. That's an important thing. They're showing it, and Kirkman is hinting at that radio. That's interesting, too, knowing that this could be the very beginning to a very big part in the future issues. Like issue 153, 157, and we're just getting hints of it now. Now, the story does go immediately over to Alexandria and Rick and everybody being at Alexandria. This ending here wasn't a cliffhanger that left you in shock or awe. It was kind of a cliffhanger leaving you like, fuck, how are they gonna deal with this shit now? This cliffhanger is going to start us off. I think it's the perfect placement for a cliffhanger because that leaves the entire next issue to open up right with Alexandria and what those residents think about the events unfolding. I mean, it's going to be a painful issue. Obviously, all those people are going to find out about all those loved ones and family members that are dead now. I can't wait to see how they're going to do that as far as telling the community everyone that died. That's something I hope they don't just brush over. I will sit there and read the very next issue if it's just, confrontation between everyone there in Alexandria, if that's it, Now, it's still questionable why Maggie's punching Rick at this point, because Rick didn't do this. I don't know. It has to be that she wants to fight and he wants her to fall back. Maybe that brings up shit with Glenn. That doesn't make sense either, because he was right then too. When he told her just wait, yeah, he was right too. So right now, I honestly don't know where the fuck Maggie's head is at, So normally I would ask you guys to pick one word to describe this issue. I'm actually going to go with satisfied. There's a lot of fans talking about the pacing. They don't like it. I absolutely love it. And I'm just so glad they went with pacing that felt right with this issue. It's consistent to the pacing all throughout the New Beginning, and again, I'm loving the back and forth. Even just those character moments, man, between Michonne and Rick at first, Andrea and then Rick, even the little moments. Carl, when he's stabbing the head, he's got his head in his hands. That little bit between Michonne and Lydia. I'm loving all those character interactions. And if we speed through things, we lose those character interactions. And a lot of those interactions are some of the best parts that I enjoy rereading when I read older issues. In the older issues, sometimes I wish there was more. Sometimes it really felt like they skipped over some of the emotional shit and got right into some more of the action. Which is funny, considering the running joke with The Walking Dead is that it's a soap opera. But that's part of what makes it so good, because it's people living their lives, It's people living their lives in the apocalypse. I mean, shit, soap opera or not, like that, it's fucking life, life in the world of The Walking Dead. Listen, guys, I love this issue. I apologize this review is late. Please check out the update coming up. We got some great news, and it's just fucking awesome for this channel. So check out the update. I got a lot more vids coming, and prediction video is going to be coming probably in a few days after this, maybe even a week or so, because I want to soak up this issue again. But right now, I want you guys to leave your predictions for issue 146 down in that comment box, especially why is Maggie punching the shit out of Rick? That's it for me. I'm done talking. It's your turn. Subscribe.